play. Saban says Alabama deserves to be in playoff 225. Alabama head coach Nick Saban says that if you look at the overall body of work for the season, he thinks the Crimson Tide should be strong candidates for the college football playoff. 2,251,258 a.m. It was the night before Selection Day, and all through the country, not a creature was stirring, well, depending on the house. On the eve of the College Football Playoff Committee's final batch of playoff rankings, some will curl up all snug in their beds with visions of playoff spots dancing in their heads. Others, however, will be haunted by the ghosts of seasons past, present and future. For all the hype and excitement that surround the weekly playoff rankings, it'll likely be more of a day of rest than a Sunday fun day for three of the teams vying for those 4 spots. With blowout wins in 3 of the 4 Power 5 championships on Saturday, most schools in the running for the playoff are stress-free. Baker Mayfield almost certainly locked up the Heisman with a 4 TD performance in the Big 12 title game. Kevin Giajusa Today Sports. If you're looking to get those doctor-recommended 8 hours of sleep, tonight is the night when you wanted to be an Oklahoma Sooner. A team that watched legendary head coach Bob Stoops retire back in June and saw its star quarterback arrested and wrangled by cops in embarrassing fashion in March overcame a stunning loss to Iowa State in October to win its 3rd straight Big 12 title with a commanding 4,117 win over No. 11 TCU, the 121, third-ranked Sooners, who have defeated their opponents by an average of nearly 25 points per game this season, are all but locked into the college football playoff at the Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual, making this the 2nd time in 3 seasons that Oklahoma will compete for a national championship. All times ET9A.M. Noon Championship Drive presented by Northwestern Mutual. ESPN2 noon 4 p.m. College Football Playoff Selection Show presented by ESPN 6 p.m. 8 p.m. SEC Now Bowl Special SEC Network 6 p.m. 8:30 p.m. Championship Drive presented by Capital One ESPN 2 8:30 p.m. 11 p.m. Championship Drive Hoosier presented by Capital One. Oklahoma had all the talent in the world to make a playoff run, but the loss of Stoops appeared to put a dent into the Sooners' plans. But week after week, Oklahoma continued to impress with Lincoln Riley and Baker Mayfield, who might have replaced Lamar Jackson as the sport's most exciting quarterback to watch, continuing to dazzle on the field. Speaking of Mayfield, Christmas should come early for the most polarizing face in college football. Always entertaining and mostly enigmatic, Mayfield can rest easy tonight knowing that on deck 9, he should be holding college football's most coveted award, the Heisman Trophy. You won't have to serve Georgia coach Kirby Smart a warm glass of milk for him to close his eyelids tonight. The stress dissipated in Athens after the 6th-ranked Bulldogs thrashed No. 2 Auburn 287 in the SEC Championship. 4 weeks after getting crushed by Auburn, the Dogs got their revenge and could join Oklahoma in the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day. This might not be the last of the sleep-filled nights for Smart and his Dogs. This is only year 2 for Smart, and considering the turmoil in the SEC East, there's no reason for him to be looking over his shoulder anytime soon. Staying in the SEC, you have to wonder how Auburn coach Gus Malzahn will sleep tonight. He has gone from hot seat to edge of the playoff to some sort of coaching purgatory with the opening at Arkansas looming. Is Arkansas no. 1 choice to replace the fired Brett Bielema, but could Malzahn leave after getting to 1 win away from the CFP, joining Georgia and Oklahoma in a coma-like sleep of the Clemson Tigers? These guys are used to sleeping in on Selection Day, with them controlling their fate late the past 3 seasons. After a commanding 383 win over No. 7 Miami, Clemson has won 3 straight ACC titles and has in all likelihood clinched the No. 1 spot in the playoff rankings for the 2nd time in 3 years. Dabo Swinney will likely be wired enough to dance all night, but once he decides to get some shut-eye, he'll have no problem catching ZS. How will the conference championship games affect this year's bowl matchups? Here's how we see things shaking out with only hours to go before the games are revealed. The selection committee's choice for the 4th and final playoff spot will almost certainly come down to Alabama or Ohio State. It's a decision that will surely be among the most controversial in the CFP era. 3 of these are easy. With impressive conference title wins, Clemson, Oklahoma and Georgia should be in. Will Ohio State's Big Ten championship propel the Buckeyes over Alabama? Our experts weigh in on what they think should happen. Two other coaches who will sleep like a rock are Texas A&M's man, that's weird Jimbo Fisher, and Oregon's Willie Taggart. Look, Fisher's exit from Tallahassee wasn't a great look, and he probably won't get many Christmas cards from people there, but the man is about to get paid. With his 10-year, $75 million, fully guaranteed contract, Fisher will earn the richest deal in college football history in terms of total value. He'll be second to only Alabama's Nick Saban in average yearly salary. Fisher will also be at a place that is undoubtedly committed to resources, as A&M recently spent more than $500 million on facility upgrades for football. Anyone can fall asleep on a mattress made of this sort of money. Taggart is one of the top names on Florida State's list of potential replacements for Fisher, and whether he stays at Oregon or goes to Tallahassee, he, too, will be getting paid. Oregon offered Taggart a new contract worth more than $20 million, before incentives, over the next 5 years. However, he has yet to sign that deal. One coach not sleeping well tonight is Scott Frost. He was named Nebraska's new coach before Trey Neal's double overtime interception could clinch number 14 UCF's 6,255 American Conference Championship win over number 20 Memphis. This was not an easy decision for Frost, and it's no secret that he had strong emotional ties to both UCF and Nebraska, and that this decision has weighed on him. Frost might be going home, but he is also leaving a pretty good one behind. Ohio State won the Big Ten, but its 2 blowout losses could be a problem for the committee. App photo Udge must expect the most tossing and turning in Tuscaloosa and Columbus tonight. With number 8 Ohio State's ugly 2,721 win over No. For Wisconsin, the Badgers are out of the playoff running, but the Buckeyes are firmly on the bubble, along with No. 5 Alabama. This is where things get complicated and the sweat bullets start to accumulate. Alabama needed a close Ohio State win, and it got it. Was it close or sloppy enough of an Ohio State performance for Alabama's end of season eye test to score higher than the Buckeyes? Fate has been totally taken out of these teams' hands and given to the committee. There's little those teams can say and absolutely nothing they can do to enhance their cases between now and the College Football Playoff Selection Show Sunday, noon ET on ESPN and ESPN app. Coaches and players will be second-guessing plays that shouldn't have been in losses that put them in this nerve-wracking situation. Will the committee excuse Ohio State's embarrassing 5,524 loss to 5-loss Iowa because of a Big Ten championship win over unbeaten Wisconsin? Will Alabama's defeat at the hands of a now 3-loss Auburn team outweigh the fact that the Crimson Tide have one fewer loss than Ohio State? Will J.T. Barrett's knee surgery influence committee members? Will Alabama's depleted defense factor into the committee's decision? Is Alabama going to be cringing through the night thinking about the fact that even though it didn't lose until the very end of the regular season, Florida State's disastrous season and the Tide's 46th ranked strength of schedule could be the reasons Alabama watches the CFP on TV for the first time? Committee members might not even sleep tonight, considering that they will meet around 8 a.m. ET Sunday but started discussing everything immediately after Saturday night's games. We've worked all season to get to this moment, and it's only fitting that early national championship favorites Alabama and Ohio State are sweating out the final spot to get into college football's exclusive 14 party.